darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the fabulous Vivica Fox. I love me some Vivica. Vivica is an old school diva when I tell you. She's just a diva. I live and I love her. And might I say, before I start this, it's very difficult being a celeb out here in these streets, minding your own business, doing your own thing, because you have to be on. You have to be on all the time. Do you know I do it too? When I go out, I have my hair did. Are we living? The hair is growing. The hair is growing. I have my makeup. I have my little outfit going on. My sneakers, my shoes of the day, my little bag. Hands are clean because I meet Fumi Nation every single day. And I love to see you guys so that I can say thank you for the support. I whisper to you guys what I'm doing, what is coming. Yes, I do. So I get it when you have to be on. So here come Vivica Fox, just trying to do her own thing, manage her own day. I loved her when she and a couple of queens were doing Fox Soul thing, and she was there. And I love me some Vivica. And so there's a reporter that comes out to Vivica, mic, camera, sound, we're on. I don't even know whether they even asked Vivica for permission. Well, it's already rolling, it's too late. So now you gotta be on. And you got to be prepared for those uncomfortable questions, for those intrusive questions. Boom, boom, boom. Mic in the face, talking about Taraji P Henson, you know, went through a lot of discrimination here out in these Hollywood streets.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Yeah. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, here's a whole entire team behind us. Yes. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? So do the math. Now we have 5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed. Sometimes not more. After what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
What do you have to say about that? You know what? Let me play a clip for you.
So we want to know, do you feel like now is the perfect time to have the conversation that Taraji kind of continued over Monique? You know, you're an actress, you've been out there. Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed. And to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that, and I love my girls for looking out for each other, but I'm good.
Me too. I was stumped. I really was stumped. The first thing that came to my mind was, ooh, maybe Taraji and her are not friends. Honestly, that was what I thought. Why? Because simple sisterhood. Even if you don't want to talk too much, or you got projects going on that you don't want to be demolished or taken away, You know, there's a way that you can kind of sort of, you know, speak on it, kind of thing, say, you know, Taraji, I love, support Taraji. It is what it is out here in these streets. That's exactly what I kind of sort of would have said. Because quiet as it's kept, do you know that when I was collabing with JUVIAS Place, before anybody knew, there were 1 or 2 things out here in the streets, and there was nothing I could say because I had this collab with JUVIAS. Well, you know, I love JUVIAS. I'm loyal to JUVIAS. So I didn't even, you know, sit down here for any kind of nonsense. But I remember very well at that time, I was in full support. I think because also I was like a smaller channel, we were not even up to 30,000 in those days. No, we must have been maybe 15,000 as a family in those days. And so I just really didn't say anything, you know. And so it just felt odd. I think that was why people were like, did you hear what Vivica said? Did you see her body language? It was like, you know, I understand everybody has their say, you know, I didn't experience that, I didn't this, that, and the other. And I'm saying it right now, Vivica. Vivica. You've been out here in these streets since the 90s, the early 90s. You didn't experience anything. Maybe it was just for her to deflect. That's all I can say, because I keep on trying to figure it out. That is why this is news. Because if she had gone out and just said, baby girl, I'm a woman of color, you know how it is. Okay, you don't even want to go there. No comment, please. You know, let's move on. Something like that. This is why sometimes when you come out and say stuff, everybody kind of sort of affected, because it can't just happen to one and not the other. It happens everywhere. It happened in modeling. My model agency would tell me, Fumi, the designers don't need any black girls today. Facts. If you made the mistake, of going to your fashion show of which you were booked, and they had, I kid you not, 20 makeup artists, they would ask you, did you bring your foundation? I was always foundation and brows ready, because I would look like a ghost. Because they did not have my foundation. They did not have any kind of brown foundation. When I tell you I am so creative with a black pencil, or I will line my lips, I'll use some Vaseline, I'll rub it, make it like a nice gloss. I'll use that pencil in between the crease of my eye. I will use it as my brow, then brush it so that it's not too dark. Of course, we'll do the liner. Then I will all around, and then move that in around as a contour. Yes, I would. And I would use a lotion so that it would not shine. So that would be my creamy contour. And then I would use a ghost powder, and that would be it. Because that was all that we had in those days. We as women of color, we go through it. That is why this is making news. Because it's like, Vivi. But again, not everybody in Hollywood gets along. Maybe they didn't get along. Maybe she was just put on the spot and she didn't know what to say. And she has some projects that are coming out. So she was like, I can't be involved in this mess. Maybe she wanted to do Color Purple, and it was passed on from her and it was given to Taraji. I don't know what the dynamic is. All I will say is this. It's hard out here in these streets for anybody, for everybody, and especially for women of color. I don't like to complain, and I don't like to be woe me. I'll do the work. If it means I have to work twice as hard, I'll work twice as hard. Is it fair? No, it's not. Will I call it out? Yes, I will. And I will always be in support of those that do. And that was why I said, Taraji, you know what? You got to follow the money. follow the demand and make sure that you are the supply. That way they cannot do without you. Because in the other episode where Taraji was talking about how she had to request for a driver with a car because they had presented her with a car rental. Then they didn't have trailers. Then there was an issue about food, the basic needs, and that was Color Purple on $100 million budget. It's nonsense. It's insulting. It's offensive. And again, if we don't stand in unison, then we fall apart, and they're able to pick us apart, because there's no way that they would go to Jane Fonda and say, oh, you know what, we don't have a trailer for you. You know what, we don't have food for you. You know what, we don't have, because I was on the film Monster-in-Law, and that was with Jennifer Lopez and Jane Fonda. When I tell you the way they carry Jane Fonda up onto the set every single day, I was like, who is coming? My earring. I was like, who is this? Jane Fonda. I tell you this, phenomenal actress. She knew her lines. She was making everybody nervous because Girlfriend came prepped, and I think she's in her 70s, maybe 70s, 80s. I don't remember. Phenomenal actress, but she walked and she moved with authority, and her team was there. I can't imagine any studio, and this is Warner Brothers who produced Color Purple. No way would you tell her that, well, you know, if we do it for Jane, then we have to do it for everybody. That was what they were told. That was what they told Oprah. And Oprah said, then do it for everybody. And she got the slack for it because they're beating her over the head that it's all Oprah's fault. Whereas it's not the case. But, you know, I digress. The situation here was that Vivica was asked whether she felt a certain way about what Taraji P Henson said, and they really thought that she would be in sync and say, yes, I echo what Miss P said. She went the opposite direction, and she barely acknowledged Taraji P Henson as somebody that she knew. I don't know, guys. I just thought, you know what, let me come out here and let's have a little chit chat, and you tell me how you felt about that. How did you feel about it? It felt very shady. I'm not gonna lie. It felt very shady to me. I just thought to myself, interesting. That's what I thought. I know I'm on my phone because I'm hoping that maybe there's something else that she said, or she kind of backtracked, or there's an update or whatever. Nothing. So enlighten me, my darlings, in the comment section, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, and I love you so very much. Let me know what you would like for us to do, because Christina has her YouTube channel now. Yeah, I'm so happy. Because think about it. Dark-skinned black women in their 50s coming out here with positivity, light, laughter, sister to sister, sisterhood, motherhood, wifehood, for us to sit out here and talk. I wish that I had this for me when I was growing up, that I had the guidance, that I could have gone somewhere where I could have seen somebody like Christina to go to for advice, to a safe space, to somewhere where I could learn all of these wonderful things, and seeing her do it at her later life would give me the liberation to know that I was just the beginning of mine, and that if anything happened, it was just a detour. It was not for me to give up. It was for me to continue. For me to know that it was not to break me, but it was to build me. To know that I am never alone. And that is why I take my role out here in the streets as auntie very seriously. And so it would be nice to have the Fumi and Christina show. It would be nice to have, it is really nice to have like my co-pilot. It is amazing to have a sister out here where we can talk about all kinds of things. And you know what? After Fumi, you can go to Christina. I don't know out here in the streets a woman in her 50s, fabulous, doing her thing, all-rounder where you can go to and just get guidance, advice, positivity, light, love, encouragement, and always have the belief that you can push through. This is why I'm so excited. All right, guys, I got to go, and I will see you I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love, darlings, and go and subscribe to Christina, okay? Love you, bye.